have filmed this video at least 10 times, uploaded one version, didn't like it, so I didn't publicize it, and I sat down to film this one, and my computer broke. So I think I have a pretty good indication of how this is gonna go. Hi, it's been a while since I've been here. And the last time you saw me, I was pretty different. I don't know what to say. I took a break from YouTube, mostly to focus on myself. This was super draining emotionally and creatively. And so I ended up just taking a step back, and it was a lot longer than I anticipated, mostly because I was bettering myself, but also because I forgot the password to this account and got logged out. But I recovered the account, and I got back in, and then I was just kind of pep talking myself to be like, hey, maybe you should let people know you didn't die. And so yeah, that's what this is. Also just answering questions that I know you guys may have, because it's been a while. It's been a long while. So yeah, I have them pulled up. And did I already say it? My computer won't stay on unless I keep the charger in. So I gotta replace the battery. An error screen came up. So I gotta fix that. So I guess I'll just jump right into the questions. I was gonna like explain everything, because I kind of did that when I posted, but I didn't publicize. I don't know, I just didn't like how that felt. It felt too formal, you know? I've changed a lot, but I'm not like stuffy and formal, and I don't know, it just felt weird. So yeah, so I'm just gonna answer random questions that I see. There was a lot more than I anticipated. So yeah, I'm just gonna, is there a way to randomize these? I can do newest first. Okay, cool. I'll just go down the line. Right, so what's been the best and hardest moments of the past 2 years for you? And then, do you have any plans for the channel? I think the best moments have probably been finding people and finding a community. I think it's one thing to find comfort in a online community where it's just commenters and viewers and stuff like that, but it's another thing to have friends. So I've made some really great friends, and they've really been there for me. You know, they are a support system. I didn't realize I missed. Like I never had friends, because high school sucks, and you know, people leave. So I think that's probably been the best moment, is like finding people. And the hardest, probably just coming to validate myself, coming to terms with my validation as a person, and that the way I was raised wasn't necessarily the black and white reality of the world, which wasn't my parents' fault. It was more, they were going off of what they knew from their days of growing up in the 80s and 90s. So, you know, they kind of translated that to me, and being in a town that I live in a sundown town. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It's pretty bad. And so I knew no queer people growing up. And so yeah, that was, yeah, it was kind of weird. So I kind of just had a black and white idea, when there's more to that, and there's more to identity. So yeah, that was probably the hardest part, because I felt so much like a fraud, you know. And for any plans, I don't know. I'm just going off the seat of my pants at this point. Do you think any of your other socials will be in use again publicly? I mean, I do have one. You can find my Instagram. I'm gonna change everything on the channel thing when I get a chance, but the Instagram is, I don't know how to, there's 2 S's, 3, 2. It's 3 or 2, try both. But it's Dawson's Creeks. It's like plural, creeks. No grammar or anything, no like apostrophe. That's really all I have. I don't mess with the socials. I took a big break from social media, which was really helpful. And that Instagram doesn't really have anything on it. It just has some selfies and stuff. Let's see. Oh, current aspirations, job search journey. That was another thing I had to come to terms with, was that it's okay for me not to have like huge aspirations. Like I was content with the idea of like doing something small scale, but also something I love, like a library or a bookstore or something like that, and an apartment. I have no aspirations or no dreams to be a homeowner, like now or in the future. It's just not for me. I don't know. And as for my job search journey, I lucked out with the current job I have. The jobs I worked before were really, and a couple of them were freelance, self-employment. And I mean, I learned how to do taxes that weren't through like through a tax person, whatever. So that was fun. That was stressful considering I failed algebra 3 times in high school. But the job I have now, I work for a nonprofit company. And it was really nice. They're very lenient and they're very community-based, so I don't have to worry about micromanagement or being stuffed into a box or being, controlled. I show up to work in, runner shorts and a Spider-Man t-shirt. I can wear hats. I can, I pick the days that I work. So it's fun. I really enjoy it. Let's see. What have I been doing since I've been gone? Lots of therapy. Lots of therapy. And again, just trying to like figure myself out, making friends, trying to find new hobbies. I took up Switch gaming because I've never liked other gaming, but I really like Mario and Zelda. So, and there's a lot of like cool games I didn't know I could play, like Animal Crossing. So, yeah, I did that. Are you reading anything good? I just finished a really good book. I have it here. It's I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. It's about her, basically her abuse growing up as a child actor with a mom who was pretty awful. Eating disorder, created at 11, gave her baths and cancer checks, until she was like 17. So yeah, it's a gruesome book. It's grueling, but it's really good. The library is smart. What's in my bag? That's a great idea, actually. What is the current job and what were the others? How's the family? My family's great. Yeah. What is the current job? I just explained that, I think. Yeah, the nonprofit. My other jobs were in the writing field, and I'd always been told, work in something that you're passionate about and it won't feel like a job. And then I was working those jobs, and I read a book by Meg Cabot or whatever, and she had said something like, if you really love something, don't pursue it as a career right off because you're gonna hate it. And she was right, because I decided to hate writing. I was in copy editing, and I was in, freelance writing, for people would contract me out to do pieces and stuff, and it was really annoying at times, really boring. It got repetitive. And so I took like kind of a break from writing at that point. And I haven't written anything in a while. It just is what it is. This says, did you miss me? You know who you are. Yes, I miss this community. I really did. Let's see, this one says, only if you're comfortable answering, what made you realize you aren't trans and how has your life changed because of that? I'm sorry if you can hear my kitten. She wants in here and I won't let her because she'll climb all over me while I'm doing this. So like I said, it was coming to terms with a lot of therapy, that there was something different than just that black and white, you know. There are so many, you know, things to explore by yourself. And I'm not saying, because it's no one's fault, there's something to be at fault for, but when I had come to that conclusion, I really didn't have support beyond, we support whatever you choose. Even my therapist at the time was pretty floozy about it, you know what I mean? Like, it was no intensive therapy, no, let's explore that first. It was like, okay, here's some papers, and I don't know. So I switched therapist, and I started to explore myself, and I made friends who I kind of was able to lean on, and kind of come to terms with everything. I think I'm happier after that. I had a lot of anxiety, and I think a part of that came from the whole idea of like passing in public or whatever, and I never felt truly comfortable. But now that I am, I have a lot of anxiety, but it's not social. Do I fear that I'm going to wake up and die? Probably, like 90% of the time. But I will make phone calls. I will go into public. I will talk to strangers. I don't know. I'm just better with that kind of, with those challenges. Maybe recent readings for any books you recommend. I could do that. I could tell you guys some recent books. I haven't read a whole lot because work keeps me busy, but let's see. A lot of video ideas. I really like those. I actually don't play with makeup. I don't have makeup anymore. I don't know what happened to all my stuff. I would probably get some, because like I used to wear just like concealer, because you can see that I get 3 hours of sleep a night. This one says, if I could stop scrolling too far, how have you been? New books you've read, your family, school, or a job, anything and everything you're comfortable with. I told you about this one. I also read a book called The Deep by Nick Cutter, and it was probably the scariest book I've read. It was pretty nasty. It's a body horror, kind of like The Thing. It was really good. Let's see. I talk a lot about my job. I don't want to like mention anything personal about the job, just because I mean they're cool, but I don't know how they are with social media. So yeah, it's, you know, let's see. But I mean, I can tell you, it's like, this one says, tell us about your job. It is, sort of an office job. So I manage a bunch of different things. I manage a donation. I don't know if you guys know what a food pantry is. I manage that though. And then I run an office. I'm the only one for our branch in my area. We have like 4 major branches. I think we have a couple that are out of the country, and then we have one at the capital of the state, and then we have one near me. I commute an hour for that, but just paperwork, clients, getting all that stuff figured out. So let's see. What are you most excited to try for some of your first videos? I really like laid back stuff. Lo-fi, I think is what it's called. I think it's the name they adopted for it in the ASMR community. Where I can just, you know, do whatever, and it's like not forced. A lot of people like my collection videos because I collect a lot of weird stuff. And so like I collect VHS tapes. And so I don't like when someone makes those videos and they purposely stop to tap. I mean, maybe you guys do, and let me know. I can do that. But I'm really excited for, like, just the really, like, what do you think is better? If I sit here and I'm like, I'm gonna talk about this tape, or if I'm just like, the casual sounds, you know what I mean? I don't know. I like that stuff. Let's see. Are you still reading every day? I wish. I try to read at night. I try to read like 50 pages a night. I think that's pretty reasonable, but I don't always do it. I get really busy. Let's see. Any new book series that you're loving? I haven't really read any book series. I'm gonna read Game of Thrones. I own them, so I'm gonna read them soon. I thought about reading them like in the winter when I'm on more of a relaxed schedule for work. I tried the ACOTAR books multiple times. Even after I was off YouTube, I tried again, and I just could not get into it. I have the Throne of Glass book. I have the first one. I might try that one. Any new hobbies or lessons you learned while you were away? Lessons, yeah, not to jump to conclusions and not to look at the world in a black and white manner. Also that it's okay to not be okay, like to not be the best. You know, I was pretty confident in my mental health and where I was and how I was doing. And then I had like a downfall, basically, like a mental break. Where I relapsed into a lot of stuff, and it wasn't good. But it was okay. You know, it happens. Hobbies, though, I don't think so. I'm not really. I mean, I watch a lot more movies. I have this really great friend. I won't say his name because I don't think he wants me to. He's a sweetheart, and he has showed me a lot of movies, and I have found a lot of joy in that. I have a really low attention span, but with his help, I found ways to keep myself focused. I use fidgets. I will talk during it. A lot of people hate when you talk during movies, but he appreciates that, and he does it with me so I don't feel so left out. We make little comments here and there, and it helps me to pay attention and connect it. So I really love that now. I already answered what I'm most excited to do a video about next. Let's see. Any shows you're binging right now? Right now I'm watching The Leftovers, and it is so good. I love stuff that's supernatural and is biblical. I just love things like that. Like Left Behind, I want to read the book series. I got the first one because I've seen the film and I really loved it. I'm not like a huge religious person, but I just love biblical things. I think the stories are so fascinating. And I think that stems from a place of me loving like King Arthur and Narnia, fantasy. Like it feels like a kind of fantasy book I would read. I really like that. So I like to, you know, the show was really good, Leftovers. My favorite show, and I've seen this show, I think 3 times now, 2, 3, is Mr. Robot. This is so good. This is possibly the best made television show. It's everything. It's science fiction, it's tech, it's villain, it's terrorism, mental health. Oh my god, it is brilliant. Can you see it back there? That's where my medication is. I have a quote from this on that shelf. And it's so good. And that's actually I have an appointment to get my first tattoo, and that's gonna be that quote. And yes, I still love reading. That was the last question. I do. I love it. I think there's a lot of escapism in that for me. So yeah, that's all the questions though. sorry for just like disappearing again, and sorry for just dropping in to do this real quick. I can get my hair to lay straight. I need a haircut. I usually get my godmother to do it, but she hasn't been in. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. Like I said, I love lo-fi stuff. I can do, I forgot the word for it. I haven't been on here so long. I want to call them POVs because I've been on TikTok so much, where I roleplay, I guess is the right word. But I really want to see if I can do those. I think that would be fun. I can get the stuff if I need it. You know, again, I can talk about things. I can find random things. You know, just let me know what you guys are in for. A lot of these said, what's in my bag? And I do carry a bag to work, so I can show you guys that. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for that. I'm gonna let you guys go so that I don't hold you up too much. And I don't know how the future is gonna hold for the video style. I know I'm not gonna use anything fancy. I was exhausted from like the fancy lights and the green screen, the costumes, and it's like, there has to be a limit. And I don't know about editing. I don't think I have the software anymore for editing videos, but I can use iMovie, I guess, or I can go get that software. But yeah, just let me know what you guys want to see. Yeah, and that's it. Until next time, whenever that is, because I'm not doing like a schedule. We're good.